Good morning. Let's start the daily discussion. The first topic is about the hot year, 2023 being the hottest year, and volcanoes. How volcanic eruption has been claimed to be responsible for making 2023 one of the hottest year. Fine. So recently, scientists claimed that an underwater volcanic eruption of Tonga in the South Pacific in January 2022 would be the major reason for the 2023 being such a hot year. The June-August 2023 period was the warmest on record worldwide, with heat waves occurring across the world. So in 2023, heat wave was around the world, and 2023 was the hottest year since record have been maintained. And it has been claimed that a volcanic eruption is near the in Tonga in the Pacific Ocean led to this situation. Tonga is a Polynesian country located in the South Pacific Ocean. The archipelago consisting of 171 islands, of which 45 are inhabited. In 45 islands, there is habitation, and rest are uninhabited islands. Then archipelago consisting 171 islands, of which 45 are inhabited. Bordered by Fiji and Wallis and Tuna, France. The northwest, Samoa to the northeast, New Caledonia, France, and Vanuatu to the west, New to the east, Kermadec, New Zealand, the southwest. The location, Tonga. Fine. The country, the Tonga Islands spreads over all this area. Okay. Tonga has a tropical rainforest climate. It is a member of the Commonwealth. Okay. And became a constitutional monarchy in 2010. Then visited by Captain James Cook in 1773 and came to be known as the Friendly Islands due to the friendly reception offered to them by the locals. So when Captain James Cook visited Tonga, the native inhabitants offered him a very good friendly reception, for which it is called the Friendly Island. India and Tonga have shared a close relationship since the establishment of diplomatic ties in 1970. When the region of the 2023 being a hot year, according to the climate science researchers at the Mayotte University, Ireland, an underwater volcanic eruption. What is the region? An underwater volcanic eruption in South Pacific Ocean was majorly responsible for the record temperatures experienced by the world in 2023. In January 2022, the Hunga Tunga Hunga Hapai erupted to that volcano erupted, releasing the equivalent of 60,000 Olympic swimming pools of water into the stratosphere. It is equivalent to more than 150 million tons of water vapor, nearly 10% of the 1.4 billion tons typically found in the stratosphere. The erupted water in the form of water vapor traps heat in the atmosphere, resulting in an increased temperature. The water column will last in the atmosphere for up to around 8 years. That means coming years will also be warm as per the projection. The eruption also released around 5 lakh tons of sulfur dioxide into the stratosphere. Although sulfur dioxide tend to cool the plant, the mix of water and sulfur released by the eruption complicated the situation. The eruption altered atmospheric pressure and briefly helped clear out the fog in Seattle, USA. Okay. Okay, according to a study by the Nature Journal, global temperature were at risk of breaking 1.5 degrees centigrade in at least one of the next 5 years. Experts claim that Hunga Tonga Hunga Hapai is the first observed volcano that may warm rather than cool the surface. Thermally, volcanic eruption led to cooling of the surface. And why that led to cooling, we discuss. Role of water vapor in global warming. Water vapor is a natural greenhouse gas, the most abundant greenhouse gas in the atmosphere. Okay, नमस्ते सर बेटा ऑनलाइन क्लास में सारी बेटा ऑनलाइन क्लासेस से सारी कॉल कर सर बेटा ऑनलाइन क्लासेस से सारी कॉल करती है ओके water vapor is a natural greenhouse gas and the most abundant greenhouse gas in the atmosphere, which acts as a blanket over the earth. It is an effective greenhouse gas because it is capable of absorbing long-wave radiation and radiating it back to the surface, thereby contributing to warming as well as greenhouse effect. Role of volcano in global warming. According to scientists, more research about the effect of volcano eruption on long-term global warming trends. Cooling effect. Usually, the eruption of land-based volcanoes results in a temporary dimming of sunshine due to the spread of ash until it falls back into the earth. So, a volcanic eruption releases huge quantity of ash to the atmosphere, and this resulted in a cooling effect. Fine. And therefore, the eruption of volcano usually results in a cooling effect. That Pinatubo in Philippines, 1991, got average global temperature by around zero point 0.5 degrees centigrade for more than a year. For the past 2,500 years, sun-dimming eruptions have occurred at the rate of twice each century, according to the UN Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change (IPCC). Okay, Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, which monitors the global climate situation. The Tambora in Indonesia in 1815 eruption led to a year without a summer and subsequently affected agricultural harvest across the world because huge amount of dust were released and they reduce the sunlight on earth, and when sunlight on earth is reduced, that okay, so okay, so over the past 2,500 years, sun dimming eruptions have occurred at the rate of twice each century, according to UN Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. Tambora in Indonesia, which erupted in 1815, led to a year without a summer and subsequently affected agricultural harvest across the world because so the earth was deprived of sunlight. That has its impact on the agricultural production for 1 year. The Samalas in Indonesia, 1257, caused famine and are believed to be one of the primary causes of the Little Ice Age, a period of unusual cool weather that lasted until the 19th century. There is a lack of information on how many volcanoes are located in shallow water and earlier eruptions similar to 2022 eruption because normally volcanoes on the land they are located and their eruptions are monitored. But in the shallow water, if there is a volcano in the shallow water, so monitoring it is difficult and they are not yet been monitored. And eruption there, okay. So there is a lack of information how many volcanoes are located in the shallow water. and earlier eruptions similar to 2022 eruption. Volcanoes in shallow water can deposit erupted materials in the atmosphere. Before its eruption, the Hunga Tonga Hunga Apai was about 150 meters below the sea level. The IPCC had predicted that at least one Pinatubo-style eruption is likely to occur this century. However, volcano have had a negligible effect on the overall trend of global warming, which is driven by human emissions of greenhouse gas since the Industrial Revolution. Fine. In fact, eruptions are likely to become more frequent in ice. Okay. So, increased rainfall. So, eruptions are likely to become more frequent in the ice areas as a result of climate change because okay. So, previously the weight of this thick glacier has kept a lid over the volcano. So the glaciers are thick ice sheets and they keep a thick lid over the volcanoes, which could melt as a result of climate change, induce heat waves, leading to the eruption. Because once the glacier melts, this volcanic vent will be open. At the end of this last ice age, 1200 years, 2000 years ago, in Iceland, the eruption rate was nearly 100 times higher than the present rate. Increased rainfall caused by climate change could cause erosion on the sides of the volcanoes. In 2018, the flanks of the Kalieu volcano in Hawaii were weakened by unusually heavy rainfall caused by climate change. Volcanic eruptions aid in the formation of new rock on the Earth's surface. Atmospheric circulation pattern help eruption in the tropic have an effect on the climate in both hemispheres by spreading the dust and the pollutant erupted by the volcanoes. Climate change control activity based on volcanoes. It is necessary to conduct more research on the impact of volcanoes on volcanic activity is irregular, unpredictable, and uncontrollable. It could be a major challenge if several Pinatubo-style eruptions that would take place in addition to the existing threat posed by the climate change. Volcano-inspired geoengineering methods to cool the planet developed by geoengineers have been inspired by volcanic eruptions. It includes the deliberate dimming of the sunshine as a shortcut by creating a Pinatubo-like hedge, which can be maintained throughout the year via a fleet of special planes spraying sulfur into the stratosphere. In 2022, the US startup Make Sunset began launching balloons to the stratosphere carrying sulfur dioxide. It also sell cooling credits at the rate of $10 per gram of sulfur, which will offset the warming effect of 1 ton of the CO2, that carbon dioxide, per a year. However, the carbon dioxide may exist in the atmosphere for more than hundreds of years. Geoengineering has been criticized for its potential to disrupt weather pattern, because weather pattern is natural. If we intervene to change it by unnecessary adding chemicals to the atmosphere, so in the short term it may bring some relief, but in the long term it will be more harmful than its benefit. Fine. So that is why, so women should think of less intervention in the natural process, that the change its own mindset. Okay, so this could also enable country to avoid making necessary cut in emission level. Fine. Then the next is the Nari Shakti Bandhan Adhiniyam, or the Women Generation Bill, that was introduced and passed in the Lok Sabha, making in the first bill to be introduced in the new parliament building. The government said it will enable a greater participation of women policy making at the state and national level. The Women Generation Bill is seeking to guarantee 33% quota for women in Lok Sabha and state assemblies was introduced in the Lok Sabha. The new parliament building, the first legislation, is regarding the Women Reservation Bill. Okay, the very first bill to make a name for the government was introduced. Okay, so so in the first bill introduced the new parliament building. The Women Reservation Bill seeking to guarantee 33% quota for women in Lok Sabha and the state assembly was introduced in the Lok Sabha and passed yesterday also. The bill is introduced at the 128th Constitutional Amendment Bill by being the Law Minister Arjun Ram Meghwal. Okay, so it is so as 128th Constitutional Amendment Bill by the Law Minister Arjun Ram Meghwal. As per the amendment, one third of the total number of seats in Lok Sabha will be reserved for women. This move is a bid to ensure greater representation of women in the national legislature. The bill extends its provisions to the Legislative Assembly of the National Capital Territory of Delhi. The amendment applies to the Legislative Assembly of all Indian states. The bill specifies that the provisions related to the reservation of seats for women in Lok Sabha, State Assembly, and the Delhi Assembly will come into effect after the delimitation exercise is conducted. So, delimitation is the exercise, so which lead to rearrangement of the parliamentary constituency after every census. Right. So the bill proposes some reservation of SC, ST, and Anglo-Indian within the 33% quota. Reserved seat may be allotted by rotation to different constituencies, the state or union territory. The bill says that the reservation of seats for women shall cease to exist 15 years after the commencement of the Amendment Act. 15 years means so one third seat reserved for 5 years. Okay. So the bill proposes sub-reservation of SC, ST and Anglo-Indian within the 33% quota. Reserved seats may be allotted to rotation to different constituencies, the state or union territory. The bill said that reservation of seats for women shall cease to exist 15 years after the commencement of the Amendment Act. Because in 15 years, so all the constituencies will be rotated among the women. So every year, 30% seat for the women. So first 33%, then 30%, then 30%. So entire 100% seats will be covered by women in the Lok Sabha terms or assembly terms, that is 15 years. Women Reservation Bill, its history. The Bill on Women Reservation Quota was introduced in 1996, 1998 and 1999. All bill was again introduced in 2008 and were passed by Rajya Sabha in 2010. The bill lapsed in Lok Sabha amid opposition of SP, UPA member, RJD and then NDA allied JDU. Okay. Lok Sabha, there were 17 women out of the total strength of 500. Yes. The Rajya Sabha, there is 31 women out of 238 members. Fine. So in the assembly, so 10 to 12% seats are right now by in Bihar, Haryana, Punjab, Rajasthan, Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, and Delhi. Less than 10% Andhra Pradesh, Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Goa, Gujarat, Himachal Pradesh, Karnataka, Kerala, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, then Manipur, Meghalaya, Odisha, Sikkim, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Tripura. So for highest is 14.4% in Chhattisgarh, 13.7% West Bengal, and 12.4% Jharkhand. The high top three in giving women reservation in the assembly. Okay. So in 1990 to 1993, the then Prime Minister P.V. Narasimha Rao reintroduced the Constitution Bill 72 and 73, which reserved one third for all seats chairperson posts for women rural and urban local bodies. The bill were passed by both the houses and the law of the nation. Now there are nearly 15 lakh elected women representatives, Panchayat and the Nagarpalika across the country. Fine. September 12, 1996, the Devagowda government, led United Front government, of the first time introduced the 81st Constitutional Amendment Bill to Lok Sabha for reservation of women in Parliament. After the bill failed to get approval in Lok Sabha, it was referred to a joint parliamentary committee chaired by Geeta Mukherjee. 2 years later, Atal Bihari Vajpayee led NDA government pushed the Women Reservation Bill in the 12th Lok Sabha in 1990. However, this time too, the bill failed to get support and lapsed again. It was subsequently reintroduced in 1999, 2002, and 2003 under the Vajpayee government, but with no success. Significance of the Women Reservation Bill. Okay, so gender equality. So historical underrepresentations. Historically, women have been significantly underrepresented in India's political landscape. This underrepresentation perpetuates gender inequality as it restricts women's ability to influence policies and decisions that affect their lives. Political empowerment. The Women's Reservation Bill aimed to rectify this historical imbalance by reserving a certain percentage of seats in the Lok Sabha and State Legislative Assembly for women. This proactive measure ensures that women have a fair opportunity to participate in the highest level of decision making in the country. promoting gender equality in politics. Symbolic importance. Beyond the practical implication, the bill carries immense symbolic importance. It signifies that Indian society recognizes the value and contribution of women in politics, sending a message that women's voice and perspectives are essential in shaping the women's future. Empowerment, access to political arena, the Women's Education Bill empower women by granting them. Okay. So access to political arena, Women's Education Bill empower women by granting them equal access to political arena. It breaks down traditional barriers and prejudice that may have discouraged women from entering politics in the past, such as social norms and lack of opportunity. Enhancing political skill. As more women enter politics and gain experience, it helps in building their leadership and governance skill. This empowerment extends beyond politics as women who succeeded in the political sphere can become role models for others, inspiring greater participation in various fields. Policy influence. Through political participation, women gain the power to influence policies that directly impact the lives and those of their communities. This empowerment translates into tangible changes in areas such as healthcare, education, gender-based violence, and economic opportunity. Diverse perspectives, addressing gender-specific issues, increased female representation in politics, bring attention to gender-specific issues that may have been overlooked in the past. Women often advocate for policies related to maternal health, child care, gender-based violence, and economic opportunity that directly affect women and families. Enhancing decision making, diverse perspectives lead to more comprehensive and balanced decision making when women are actively involved in policy making. The resulting law and regulations are more likely to consider the needs and interests of the entire population, not just a segment of it. Social and cultural change. Female political leaders can challenge traditional gender roles and norms, inspiring broader social cultural change. Their presence in politics can help break down stereotypes and create a more inclusive. Okay, so female political leadership can challenge traditional gender roles and norms, inspiring broader social and cultural changes. Their presence in politics can help break down stereotypes and create a more inclusive and gender equal society. Conclusion. The Women's Reservation Bill, with its goal of reserving 33% of seats for women in the Parliament assemblies, represents a significant step towards achieving gender equality in Indian politics. However, overcoming political challenges and social norms remains crucial for its successful implementation. Advocacy, public awareness, and consensus building efforts are essential for moving forward with this important legislation. Okay. Then the next is Operation Sahajog. Operation Sahajog, a coastal security drill along the western coast, was currently undertaken by the Indian Coast Guard. Sahajog. Okay. So, like Operation Sajak. It is Operation Sajak. The Indian Coast Guard is conducting a coastal security drill along the west coast. Includes all players in Indian coastal security framework. The simulation involved 118 ships, including those from the customs, marine police, ports, and the Indian Navy. The simulation allowed the coastal security apparatus to be revalidated and raise awareness among the fishermen at sea. During the simulation, all fishing boats, barges, and crafts at sea had their documentation, and crew passes through thorough check and verified. Security agencies have also received biometric card readers. In addition to the door surveillance, island security and community involvement program have been institutionalized as part of the coastal security because so India has always perceived threat from the coastal area because it is large coastal area. So the okay. In addition to those surveillance, island security and community involvement program have been institutionalized as part of the coastal security framework. Indian large coastline so also increases India's threat perception because the last Mumbai attack by the Pakistan-led team was has entered India through the sea routes. So since then, the coastal security has been maintained by the government. Important information regarding the Indian Coast Guard. They are armed force with jurisdiction over Indian territorial waters, sea, includes contiguous zone and exclusive zone that protects India's maritime interest and enforces maritime law. The Coast Guard Act of 1978 effectively formed it as an independent armed force of India in 1978. The parent ministry, it is overseen by the Ministry of Defense. Okay. So next is the Shreyas scheme from 2013-15 to 2020-2020. A total of 1628.8 crore rupees have been released under the umbrella scheme called the Shreyas to benefit 21,326 recipients. So Shreyas stands for Scholarship for Higher Education for Young Achievers. It is made up of four central sectors of schemes. All of these sub schemes are part of the central sector. So coaching for SC and OBC. The scheme goal is to provide high quality coaching to economically disadvantaged scheduled caste and backward classes candidates in order for them to compete in competitive and entrance examination for appropriate job in the public and private sector, as well as admission to reputed technical and professional higher education. Under the scheme, the total family income is limited at 8 lakh per year. The SC OBC student ratio is 70-30, with 30% of the place allotted for the females in each category. If an acceptable number of candidates in SC category are not available, the ministry may waive this ratio. In no case, however, may a student with less than 50% of the SC be admitted. Excellent education for the SC, the scheme aims to recognize and promote quality education on the scheduled caste student by giving complete financial support. The scheme would apply to SC students who are pursuing academics beyond the 12th grade. Once awarded, the scholarship will be extended until the student completes the course, assuming satisfactory performance. Under the scheme, the total family income is limited at 8 lakhs per year. Such students can profit from the scheme if their total family income, including the candidate, is less than 8 lakhs per year. They have more than 60% of the qualifying examination. They are under 35 years old and they have achieved admission to one of the top 500 US ranking international institutions or universities. Total tuition fee, maintenance and convenience allowance, visa fee, and to and from plane travel are provided to grantee under the scheme. National Fellowship for Students with Special Needs. Fellowship are offered to students from scheduled caste to pursue higher education, leading to MPhil, PhD degree in science, humanities, social science in Indian universities, institutions, colleges recognized by the University Grant Commission. The scheme allows 2,000 new students every year to candidates who have passed the UGC National Eligibility Test. Junior Research Fellowship, that NET-JRF, and the UGC Council of CSIR joint test. Okay, because for the humanity, the UGC NET, and for the science stream, it is the UGC CSIR joint test. Okay, and those who clear this, they get the benefit. Okay, then the next is the Hoysala sacred ensembles. The Hoysala sacred ensembles, which contain three temples in Karnataka, are recently inscribed in the UNESCO World Heritage List. About the Hoysala sacred ensembles, the Hoysala sacred ensembles are a group of Hoysala temples. These are constructed between the 12th and the 13th century and are represented by the three components Velu, Halabid, and the Somanatapura. The three temples are as follows. The Chiman Kesab temple, this is the major temple in the complex at Belur Hassan district. It is located in the heart of the old settlement and encircled by the ruins of the mud hut and a moat. The Hosaleshwar temple is located on the bank of the Dwara Samudra tank in the Halabidu, Hassan district, a town known for its numerous temples, both protected and unprotected. The Kesama temple is located in the Sumanatapura village, Mysore district. These temples largely dedicated to Hindu deities such as the Shiva and Vishnu, while some are also dedicated to the Jaina faith. Hoysala temples have a fundamental Dravidian morphology, but show major influences from the Bhumija from the popular in central India, as well as the Nagara tradition. Okay. The structure. Architectural features include the Hoysala architecture evaluated and informed an eclectic mix of features from different temples, typologies, which they then change and enhance with their own unique creations. The Hoysala style was established by carefully selecting contemporary and historical temples characteristics to create a distinct identity from neighboring temples. The signs are distinguished by hyper-real structures and stone carvings that span the entire architectural surface, as well as a circum ambulatory platform, a large-scale structural gallery, a multi-tiered Prigi and Sala legend status. Okay. The next is about the island of the Lampedusa. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen recently visited the Italian island of the Lampedusa, which is struggling with a surge in migrant arrivals. The Lampedusa, which is close to North Africa than the Italian mainland, long been targeted by the people smugglers. With Tunisia now the main launching pad for Europe, the island today is receiving around 70% of migrants arriving in Italy. The boats arriving in the Lampedusa from Tunisia are heading to various African nations, including Ivory Coast, Guinea, Cameroon, Burkina Faso, Mali, and the Tunisia. They are all migrating to the sea route to Italy. There is also a growing number of people from neighboring Libya. This includes citizens of Egypt, Eritrea, and Sudan, where the ongoing conflict with the rival military leaders has already displaced more than 4 million people. The socio-economic situation in Tunisia is spiraling with high inflation and lack of jobs, crippling both Tunisian and foreigners living there. That's why they're migrating to Europe. Okay. Then the next topic is the Atheapuram Utharupula. The context, the geographical indication registry has awarded the geographical indication tag to the Atheapuram Putheripula, a sweet made from rice and jaggery. Okay, from rice and jaggery, originating from the Atheapuram village of Andhra Pradesh. Atheapuram Putheripula sweet J registration comes under the food ingredients category. The official J certificate handover ceremony took place at the Damodaram Sanjivaya National Law University, Visakhapatnam. The event was organized by the Center for Intellectual Property Rights and Technology Group and brought together experts and dignitaries from the field. The GI tag was awarded to Sir Arthur Cotton Adhyapuram Putharikalu Manufacturers Welfare Association, valid from June 2023 to December 2031 for 10 years. That geographical indication registry headquartered in Chennai, Tamil Nadu, functions with the Department for Promotion of International Trade, EPIIT, part of the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Utherupula is a sweet dish made of paper, thin layer of paper like rice, starch, and filled with a mixture of sugar, dried fruits, and nuts. The name Utherupula is derived from the Telugu where Putha means coating and Reku means seed. Okay. Coating seeds. Then coming to the question of the day, Parliament's power to amend the constitution is a limited power and cannot be enlarged into absolute power. In this light of the statement, explain whether Parliament under Article 368 of the Constitution can destroy the basic structure of the Constitution by expanding its amending power. Okay. So the idea behind Constitution as a living document highlights the necessity of making amendment in the Constitution to make it more adaptive with time and to ensure that it does not lose its relevance as the social, economic, and political conditions of people keeps on changing. On the other side, too many changes in the Constitution could lead to the loss of its essence. So the pioneer of our Constitution made sure to maintain the balance between a rigid and a flexible amendment process in the Constitution. Article 368 and Doctrine of Basic Structure. Okay. So Article 368 of the Constitution deals with the powers of Parliament to amend the Constitution and its procedure, the amendment procedure mentioned in the Constitution, because Constitution of India is so broad that everything, even how to Hello. 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 Okay. So, Article 360 of the Constitution. Okay. So, the deal with the power of the Parliament to amend the Constitution and its procedure. Stated that the Parliament may, in the exercise of its constitutional power, amend by way of addition, variation, or repeal any provision of the Constitution according to the procedure laid down for the purpose. However, the Parliament can amend those provisions which form the basic structure of the Constitution. These were ruled by the Supreme Court in the Kesavananda Bharat case in 1973. If the judiciary feels to review any amendment made by the Parliament, it has the power to do so. And if the judiciary thinks that the amendment is unlawful or against the provisions or against public morality, it has the power to make that amendment null and void. The Sankari Prasad case in 1951, the Supreme Court ruled that power of Parliament to amend the Constitution, Article 316, also includes the power to amend the fundamental rights. The Loknath case in 1967, the Supreme Court reversed its earlier stance and ruled that fundamental rights are given its transcendental and immutable position, and hence Parliament cannot abridge or take away any of these rights. The Parliament reacted to Supreme Court judgment by enacting 24th Amendment in 1971 and stated the Parliament had the power to abridge any of the fundamental rights under Article 368 of the Constitution. Okay. So, limitation on Parliament to amend the Constitution. However, in Kesavananda Bharati case in 1973, Supreme Court overruled its judgment in the Kolkata case. It upheld the validity of the 24th Amendment Act and stated that the Parliament is empowered to abridge any of the fundamental rights. At the same time, get down a new doctrine of the basic structure of the Constitution. It ruled that constituent power of the Parliament under Article 368 does not enable it to alter the basic structure of the Constitution. Parliament reacted to it by enacting 42nd Amendment, where it declared that there is no limitation on the constitutional power of Parliament. No amendment can be questioned in any court of law. However, the Supreme Court in Minabab case in 1980 invalidated this provision as it excluded judicial review, which is a basic structure of the Constitution. Conclusion: from various judgments, unity and integrity of the Constitution, judicial review, parliamentary system, free and fair election, independence of judiciary, etc., have emerged as elements or ingredients of the basic structure. Because Supreme Court has never categorically and clearly told what constitutes the basic structure of the Constitution. So, these cannot be amended by using the constituent amendment power of the Constitution under Article 368 by the Parliament, thus limiting Parliament's power to amend the Constitution. That means, although Article 368 gives Parliament the power to amend, but it is with limitation. Parliament cannot amend anything and everything in the Constitution. Fine. Then coming to the MCQs. When the following statement gets operation Sajak by the Coast Guard, it is conducted by the Indian Coast Guard. That's right. It is conducting a coastal security drill along the coast, east coast. That is wrong. It also raises awareness among the fishermen at sea. That is right. Because about that fishermen, because this exercise was conducted in the west coast, not the east coast. Fine. So 1 and 3 are correct. So only 2 are correct because 2 is itself incorrect. Fine. The answer will be B. So the 1 and 3 are correct. 2 is incorrect. Then consider the following statement regarding the excuse me, SRAS scheme. SRAS scheme stands for Scholarship for Higher Education of Young Achievers, right? The scheme's goal is to provide high quality coaching to economically disadvantaged section, SC, and the other backward candidates. Here, both the statements are correct. 1 and 2, both are correct. Then 3, then the following statement regarding the Hoysala sacred ensembles which have recently inscribed in the UNESCO World Heritage Site. They are constructed in the 12th and 15th century and located in Karnataka. Here, that is correct. The temples largely to Hindu deity Shiva. So not only so all Hindu goddesses and even some Jaina. Sorry, Jaina. Oh, not only the Hindu goddesses. Okay. Okay. Jainism, Jaina faith. Okay, Hindu versus Jaina faith. So here two is incorrect and one is correct. Recently, island of the Lampedusa news is struggling with sort of migrants. So it is the Mediterranean Sea through which the migrants are coming to Italy, Europe. But the following statement regarding the Athayapuram Puthar Kula. Recently, this is getting geographic indication very strict, right? This sweet made from natural fruits originating from Athayapuram village of Andhra Pradesh. No, it is a rice and jaggery. So only one is correct. So five, only one is correct, but two is incorrect. Okay. So only one is correct. And incorrect is two. So that means B. Okay. Incorrect is two. Fine. So then coming to six, A, consider the following statement regarding Kisan Rin portal. It helps farmer avail loans under the Kisan credit card, right? Fosters seamless integration with banks for more focused and efficient agriculture credit. Both one and two are correct. Which one of the following is the best description of the Vaibhav that was in news recently? Vaibhav is an anti-tank ammunition which was developed. Consider the following statement about the Musture 6000. It is a manned submersible vehicle developed by the National Institute of Ocean Technology (NIOT). Right, it relies only on gravity, water, and lithium-ion battery for power. Right, it was developed under the Samudran mission to facilitate women in the deep ocean in exploring mineral resources. Right. So how many of the statements is incorrect? None is incorrect. So answer will be D. They all are correct. Uh, uh, Lipto Burma recently she belong to the region. She belong to West African region. Recently, Old Parliament House will be called as the Samvidhan Sadan. Reference to Old Parliament House, first the following statement. The design of the British architect Louis Edwin Lutyens in the and that Herbert Baker, that is right. So inaugurated on January 27 by Gaussian Lord Reading, it is wrong. So only one is correct. This way your discussion is over. Keep watching regularly. Update yourself on the developments. So to enrich on a regular basis. Thank you for watching. Thanks again.